is the Law Gnome, and welcome to your August 2017 episode of Fandom Feature. This is my newest addition to my channel, and it's basically a monthly segment where I just gush about one of my favorite films of all time. And in celebration of last month's release of Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, there will be a link provided to that video at the end. We're going to talk about the same director, Luc Besson, and probably one of the greatest cult classic science fiction films of all time, and that is The Fifth Element, starring Bruce Willis, Ian Holm, Mila Jovovich, Chris Tucker, and of course, one of the greatest character actors of all time, in my opinion, Gary Oldman. So this is the story that takes place starting in the 1900s, right before World War I, where a scientist discovers these ancient writings in a temple of some sort in Egypt, where there are these four elements that surround themselves around a perfect being, a fifth element, and that is supposed to protect the universe from the ultimate evil. Fast forward 300 years into the future, and we are introduced to a very advanced world as well as a massive society across the galaxy, where it has just become a futuristic marvel. I mean, this takes place mostly in New York City, and it is so amazing to see, for the time, which was in 1997 when this movie was created, to go so advanced and create such a crazy-looking world that was so beautiful to behold. It's amazing that they were able to actually pull something like that off. But as a New Yorker myself, it was really fun to watch and see a world where, no matter how far we go into the future, New York just doesn't change a bit. And then we take a look at a specific guy. His name is Corbin Dallas. He is a taxi cab driver, and he comes across the Fifth Element by chance, who happens to be in the form of a beautiful young lady named Lilu, and there's a couple of things that are going on that he doesn't even know about. One, a priest who is named Vito Cornelius, who's played by Ian Holm, knows about the Fifth Element and tells the president of the Federated Territories that we need to find the Fifth Element or evil is coming. And they know that evil is coming because some of their fleet had recently been destroyed. There is also a big mogul who is John Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg, who is played brilliantly by Gary Oldman, and he wants to get the stones and the Fifth Element all for himself for the sake of just having all the power, but apparently there's even a bigger story to his character, which is also very interesting. So Corbin Dallas is called upon to protect Lilu, protect the Fifth Element, of course, and of course bring peace to the entire universe. This movie, all I can say, is just flat out fun. It is creative, it is imaginative, it is full of action, it's got a great sense of humor, and all of the acting in this film is just absolutely brilliant. Bruce Willis's character is definitely one of my favorites in all of science fiction. He may not be the kindest of guys, but he really is a hero because he always believes in what is right. And you really can't tell that sometimes, but it is amazing that as you watch this movie numerous times, you will very much understand that he really is just an all-around decent, heroic fella. And Mila Jovovich is hilarious. Chris Tucker, for me, as Ruby Rhod, who plays this entertainment guy who just happens to fall into this whole mess of the Fifth Element, is, to me, flat out annoying, but at the same time, he does have his fun moments. And it also has a very powerful score from Serra. It's a beautiful mixture of classical score and techno sound, very similar to the Tron Legacy soundtrack, which was done brilliantly by Daft Punk. I feel that if Daft Punk wanted to do movie scores, they would have probably taken on this project. But I will definitely say that this movie was way ahead of its time because it didn't do so well in the box office, but it became a cult classic long after it left theaters. I, for one, wish that I would have seen it in theaters, but apparently I got grounded for not doing well on my final exams that year in high school, and I unfortunately had to miss it. But when I finally saw this movie, I just absolutely loved it. I love the characters, I love the story, I love the acting. As I said, my favorite part of this movie, without a doubt, is Jean-Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg, played by Gary Oldman, and when it comes to character actors, there is no better character that he plays than Zorg. You just have to see it to believe it. And it's crazy how he had gone from playing characters like Bram Stoker's Dracula to a pimp in Detroit in True Romance to a character like Zorg. But then again, take a look at what he had done after that. But The Fifth Element is a movie that you just have to see if you want to just immerse yourself in pure, unadulterated science fiction fantasy. It's just a dream come true if that's what you're looking for in film. I will say that I am a proud owner of this movie in my collection. I have seen it numerous times, way before I went to watch this again to bring you guys this review, and there's nothing else that I could say. You just have to see this movie. That pretty much leaves it, everybody. Put your comments in the box below, and let's discuss The Fifth Element, and I will see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.